Hi everyone, I'm Anna and this is Andrew.
Howdy.
And this is our urban homestead. We are an average family.
Yeah. Well, Anna's well above average. However, I bring the family average down. So then that's the compromise. She's up here and down there, so average in the middle.
So if you're like us, you've probably noticed that prices of food in supermarkets has gone up a lot.
Vulnerable Australians are feeling the brunt of the cost of living crisis, often going hungry or without medication.
Inflation.
Cost of living.
Cost of living.
Yeah.
And we're really reliant on the big supermarket duopoly, and we'd like not to be so reliant on them and be more self-sufficient and getting a bit more of our produce and food from our garden. Not only is it more cost effective, but it's also healthier for us, and we know exactly what's in it and we know exactly what we're giving our kids. After going through COVID and living in lockdowns and more confined living, we were really drawn to a house that had an open backyard, and we really wanted to spend more time back outside, and we kind of prefer to go back to living outdoors more and embracing nature a bit more than we were. We're very time poor as well. Andrew and I both work. I've had some time off with the kids. Nothing to do with homesteading, but I've done some work as a therapist. I've also done art workshops with children in schools. So that's my background, but it's absolutely nothing to do with gardening or homesteading or raising animals.
But it gives you an appreciation, yeah, but it still gives you an appreciation for mental health pressures and also the mental health crisis, I think it'd be safe to call it, that is permeating through not just Australian culture, but globally. Not just with younger people, but of all ages. A lot of people are trying to cope with mental health pressures.
And I think we definitely noticed the change in even our own mental health in terms of being inside so much and away from nature and away from our kids with all the demands of society. So not only does gardening and homesteading work in terms of helping with the cost of living crisis, but it's also making us feel better mentally and improving mental health by being out in nature and just absorbing sunshine. Vitamin D has a big impact on mood, and it really does improve our mood and outlook.
So many balls, so many rocks. Yeah, and our kids love it, and this is definitely one of my happy spaces, being outside, gardening, looking after. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's challenging. It's really challenging.
I do definitely find a sense of peace and harmony being out here, despite the work. But you can actually see tangible results from that work, whether it be seeing the chickens that are happy, and obviously getting eggs every day, seeing the crops grow, despite being a rather impatient gardener. After I put seeds in, looking at the packet and go, oh, 4 to 6 weeks. Oh, I'm looking at those 4 to 6 weeks. And if nothing's growing from that point, I do get a little bit.
But it teaches you patience.
But it does teach me patience, which is really good.
And the payoff's there when you see the...
But the tangible outcomes with the harvest, whether it be from just herbs to vegetables and, one day our fruit trees, that tangible outcome of a thing.
And even just seeing the native wildlife that come and enjoy our garden is amazing. And we know that we're on the right path when we're creating those little habitats and homes for the native birds and animals to live in and explore in our own backyard.
True. Yeah, all very true. And we know that it's not always accessible to everybody, but even starting at small scale with a balcony, looking at just, growing little herbs, little vegetables at first, whether it be a little planter here or there, just starting small.
Yeah.
And then as you might move from a balcony garden to a terrace garden, and then it's scalable up.
And starting with what you're already buying from the stores. Andrew's done a lot of work with store-bought capsicum seeds or store-bought. We've got pumpkins growing from a pumpkin that we just got from the supermarket. So,
bird's eye chilies.
you know, hopefully then we'll have more produce coming from that, and we'll be a little bit less reliant on those big supermarket chains and a bit more reliant on what we're growing here.
Yeah, so that's the problem, and then we're looking at what the solution is, and that is, for us, it's homesteading or urban homesteading, and that's looking at what we can use, what's available to us from this property, what we can repurpose, what we can reuse, what we can recycle, and just what this property already has and what it generates, and then we are recycling that back into the property and trying to limit the amount that we're having to buy from outside sources.
Can homesteading be done on a smaller scale in an urban setting?
Yeah, by a family with three
no
under,
experience
with
in this.
three at 3 and under, 3 kids at 3 and under, with zero agricultural background, learning by doing, learning by reading, learning by engaging with the community that we're slowly but surely having interactions with via your comments, which is fantastic. Keep sending them through.
Yeah, they've been very helpful
amazing.
in terms of our learning from you guys and your experiences as well.
For example, we had a comment on one of our videos a couple of weeks ago, and it was, have you tried fermenting your chicken feed, your chicken foraging seed? And no, we hadn't. And then I looked into a...
Did you tell
we found feathers. Where are they from?
They're from the chickens.
Which chicken are they from?
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a comment on one of our videos a couple of weeks ago about fermenting chicken foraging seed, and I hadn't tried that before. I hadn't even heard of it before. So I had a bit of a look into it. Got a bucket, put some seed in it, put some water in that, and the seed was about yay high in the bucket. Then a little bit of water above that, mix it up, and then you just put a cloth or some sort of even loose lid, as long as there is some aeration, and as long as you see bubbles and you stir it every day, and just give that a try. And apparently it extends the volume of your chicken feed, and it also makes it more palatable and easier for digestion for the chickens. We tried that based on a comment from the community, and the chickens love it, and it seems to be going great. So now I've doubled down and trying it again, and I will probably scale that up and have different batches going at different times. So then we always have fermented seed available for our chickens. And that's something that I didn't know about until we got the great comment. So keep those comments coming through. They've been fantastic, and it's helping us learn as we go.
There's also the question of, why did we start YouTube? A big part of that is making connections with other people who are in a similar spot, and we've loved that. It's been amazing so far. The other thing is, we see a lot of videos with huge properties, and we're interested in how we can apply that to a smaller scale. So we're looking at, can we present this information in a more accessible format?
While simultaneously being very envious of those people in those positions, because that's the dream.
But we'd also like to show the reality of what a garden looks like when you're trying to homestead in an urban setting and you've got little to no experience and very little time. How realistic is it?
Yeah.
Like,
with a bunch of kids.
Show you how realistic it is.
Yeah. And we're trying to show an authentic, no filter approach to where we're at, and we're trying to put out content as frequently as possible about subjects that are as relevant as possible, whilst balancing our children and all that comes with that.
All that comes with that, the mayhem.
It's a whole thing, but we're getting there. We're getting there, and what's making it really amazing is everyone's interactions and support and advice. It's been amazing.
So
and
you
that's
can do this with us and
join us on our journey.
You know, just try some of the things that we're trying here. Let us know how they go. And that's how we all learn. We learn from each other.
Yeah, exactly. And things that get commented, we'll give them a try as well, much like the seed fermentation. We are taking the advice on board, and we are trying to apply it as quickly as possible.
This is almost real time. We're filming and uploading quite consistently to let you guys know the journey. It's not just about the outcome. We're not waiting till our garden looks perfect and is completely weed free and, you know, manicured to perfection. We're showing you how it is now, and then you can see the journey as we go along, not just the finished product.
Let's say it's a constant rough draft.
Yes.
But polished by Anna. She does all the editing. It's amazing. And whilst nursing our newborn.
We'll get better at filming, we'll get better at editing as we go, and hopefully improve so that it's, you know, a good quality for you guys to see. but it's going to come with time. And we weren't wanting to wait till we were perfect to start. We wanted to start now and show the reality and the realness of it.
And see where it goes.
Yeah. I mean, when we started this, we had just brought our daughter back from the hospital. She was quite early. She was 6 weeks early, and she spent 3 weeks in hospital. And when we brought her back, we settled in as a family and we decided to just start the journey together. Life's not perfect. There's things that go wrong.
It's true.
But we wanted to show more of the reality.
Yeah.
And we were pretty disheartened with what's happening in Australia with the supermarkets right now. The prices that families are having to pay to feed their kids is pretty atrocious. Meanwhile, the owners of those supermarkets are making record billion-dollar profits.
Yeah. They've made it about the shareholders and not about the people that are buying the produce, which is a shame, because it was supposed to be the other way around, really. But that's capitalism for you. But we are hoping that this sort of unfiltered approach to our homesteading journey inspires others and provides others with a sense of hope that there are options.
Other ways.
Yeah. It's not...
And we are about supporting the small guy too.
Exactly. Yeah. We go to local breeders for the chickens. We go to local feeder stores.
And nurseries. We're looking to do that, rely on those sort of things more than big ones.
Try and avoid the big corporate brands as much as possible, but unfortunately it's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes you do have to go to your hammer barn because that's the most accessible thing with a one-stop shop. But
we'd like to do less of that.
Yes, we would. Yes,
so this is our journey in doing less of that and more of supporting the small businesses.
Exactly.
COVID has also shown us that things can be locked down and food supplies can be limited.
Yeah.
So we don't always want to rely on outside sources, and we'd rather have our supplies in our own backyard for those reasons.
So without sounding too preachy, here we are. And this is our urban homesteading journey. And thank you for joining us on that journey. It's been fantastic. And we hope there's more to come. And we hope the community engagement continues. It's been very positive. We've loved it. And it's really spurring us on to do more. If there's any ideas or questions or suggestions of videos that we can cover, please put it in the comment section below. We'd love to hear more from you.
And I've got another quote, which is, if I can remember it, I always struggle to remember quotes, but they're there somewhere. The other quote is, in nature, nothing is perfect and everything is perfect.
That's profound.
I like that one because that's us, nothing is perfect, but it's all perfect because we're loving the journey. We're loving the progress. We don't have to make everything perfect. And you're just fighting an uphill battle if you try to make everything perfect. It's not going to be. This is the reality of gardening, homesteading, and raising livestock and planting your own trees and having your own food in your backyard. Nothing's perfect, but it's all perfect. It's all part of that journey.
Perfectly imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect.
Yeah.
That's a bit like us.
Perfectly imperfect. Hey! Anyway, keep liking, keep subscribing. Watch some more of our videos down that way. We appreciate everything. We appreciate all the engagement. Yeah. Keep it up. And
we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Cheers. Had to throw that in there.
It's my thing.
It is your thing.
I can't do a big thumbs up and let's get into it.